Hi, greetings to all. My name is Archana. I'm talking on behalf of the Global Coalition of TB Activists, popularly known as the GCTA. GCTA is a coalition of TB affected individuals. At GCTA, we make sure that community or TB affected individuals people are involved in all the TB responses, be at the policy level, program level, advocacy level, or at the monitoring level. So just this is a brief highlight of the presentations where I'll be talking you through. GCTA is like we have been advocating for a people-centered, rights-based TV response, and we have members from all across the world. We have members from more than 70 plus countries. In this presentation, I'll be talking to you about the manual that GCTA has developed. So this manual is the name of this manual is Capacity Building of Communities to be Jane Citizen. I'll just briefly explain to you the process of the manual development, like why we have done this and what has been the process that has been done in it. So in the year 2018, this manual was developed to make sure that the communities are being empowered and to build their capacities, because as you all must be knowing that the response to TB has been highly medicalized, and the involvement of the community until very recently has been very, very low. I mean, like, community has not been very involved, or the importance of the community has not been given in the TB response for a very, very long time. So this manual was developed for the community by the community. And when the draft manual was ready, we field tested the manual with the help of our partners in Indonesia, the Spiritia at Jakarta. So we conducted a training for 3.5 days, and we then made changes based on the learnings and the feedback that we got from the training. So the changes were then incorporated further into the manual, and then the manual was finalized and pre-launched at the GCTA board meeting at Amsterdam, and then finally it was launched at the World TB, the Union Conference in Hyderabad in 2019. So after it has been launched, we have conducted trainings in Timor-Leste, in India, and then the manual has been translated in the local languages in India. In fact, this is one of the feedback that which we got at the time of the field testing, that it would be good to have the manual translated in other languages as well. And not only this, the manual has been adapted by our partners accordingly to their context. Yeah, but in this presentation, mostly I will be highlighting about the two trainings that we conducted in two high burden countries, in India and Indonesia. So as usual, like any other trainings, we used a methodology of pre and post test during the training to measure the effectiveness of the training. But over here, another thing which we have done over here is that after the training has been conducted, after a gap of about 1 year, we decided to see that what has been the positive impact or the negative impact of the training. So we developed a very simple questionnaire, which consisted of about less than 10 questions, and the questionnaires were then further translated to Bahasa and Hindi, and then back translated, and we took the consent form, and then we shared these questionnaires to all the training participants with the help of our partners, Spiritia in Indonesia and Reach in India. So this questionnaires was sent out to all the training participants. Like in Indonesia training, we had 21 participants, and also in India training, we had more than 20 participants. So after sending out we couldn't conduct a face-to-face interview as such, but we sent out the questionnaires and we requested the participants to fill in the response and send us back the response. So the follow-up was again done by our partners in there, just to make sure that we get the response from all the participants, but we were not able to get the response from all the training participants. In fact, in Indonesia, out of the 21 training participants, we were able to get a response from 11, and in India, we got the response from 10. So the graph over here, you can see that this is just the findings of the pre and post test score, which we got at the time, like during like Indonesia training was in April, and India was in November 2019. And the impact questionnaires which we did, the impact analysis which we did was 1 year, that is in December 2020. So we asked about quite a few of questions, but over here, we are just giving you the three indicators, the three important indicators, that is the participants who were able to apply the post-training knowledge and skills, the participants who could conduct further advocacy activities, and the last one is who could conduct the similar training programs. So you can see that the result has been quite encouraging. I mean, it's been like, it's good to see that out of the 11 of them were able to conduct the advocacy activities. So one of the main topics of the manual or the training was the understanding of the advocacy, and further to the understanding, we made sure that the participants came up with an advocacy issue which they want to address at their field level. And at the end of the training program, each of the participants were asked to develop an advocacy plan based on the issue that they've identified. So we're very happy to know that 11 of them were able to really conduct advocacy activities which they had identified and which they had, drafted an advocacy plan for that. So this is just a brief results of the findings which we got. So it's actually very encouraging. We're quite happy to know that that a training activity has proved out to be a very cost-effective, in the sense that a 3-day training program has been able to achieve a very positive achievement over the course of 1 year. So 72% and 60% of participants, they reported that they have been able to further train or further conduct the training at the field level, along with their peers and with the support of the organization where they're working in. Yeah, but this has also been actually because they are now engaged with some kind of a training or some kind of a peer support activities at the moment. Almost all the respondents who have gotten back to us, they're still in the some kind of a TV program. They're still engaging in that. So you can see that the dropout of the training participants, even though there were some dropouts in the sense that some of them hadn't gotten back to us, we could see very good results of those who are still in the TV response program in some way or the other. So in fact, out of the participants who could conduct the further training in India, the minimum number of people they have trained is 10. And one of the lady participant who was there in the training program said that she must have trained about 3,000 in total, which is quite a huge number in 1 year time. During the 1 year period, has been able to train about 3,000 further participants. Yeah. So in conclusion, we can say that community members, when they are empowered with the right kind of information, knowledge, and skill, they are the best people to advocate for a people-centered and rights-based TV response. This is just a brief highlight of the advocacy activities that our participants have conducted after attending the training. Like the TV HIV integration was one of the main issue which the participants discussed during the Indonesia training, and we are happy to know that the plan which they have done in the training, they have been able to actually implement, and they have been able to address to a certain level, they have been able to advocate for a better TV HIV integration program. Similarly, in India also, you can see that they have been able to advocate for increased access to drugs and advocate for the pension scheme or the nutrition program or the travel allowance. Yeah, I would just like to end the session here with a quote by one of the training participants, where she says, "Earlier, I was just a member of the district TV elimination task force, and I was called in for any meetings. Now I have managed to advocate with the district TV officer, and I'm invited to all the training, to all the meetings." Yeah, thank you. I'll be happy to take any questions. Yeah, thanks.